Wind chill values because those are the biggest impact you will see here early this morning. It currently feels like only 5 degrees in both Ottumwa as well as Fairfield. It's feeling like it's in the single digits as well. The last time I checked Centerville, it was feeling like just 8 degrees. So despite it not showing up there on our graphic, we are looking at single digit wind chill values across Centerville as well. A little bit better in Kirksville and Macon, where it feels like it is 14 degrees outside, and only just a little better does it feel because that is still a very frigid start to the day. But we're expecting to see temperatures working their way back towards some seasonal-like averages as we go through the rest of today's forecast, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine as we go through the rest of the day as well. Mostly sunny skies with highs today reaching into the low 30s, between about 30 to like 34 degrees from north to south. More in line with 30 in Ottumwa, with 34 looking like it occurs in Macon during the day today, with winds initially out of the north but picking up out of the south as we make our way further and further into the forecast. And then eventually tonight we're actually going to see cloud cover moving back on in. So unfortunately the sunshine is not going to stick around for too long for the forecast. We are going to see some pretty cloudier conditions moving on in tonight as well as for Friday. Temperatures this evening though, once again dropping into the upper teens, winds switching back out from the northwest there 5 to 10 miles an hour. So expect to feel another very cold start to the day on Friday, and we're going to look for temperature trends to follow along very nicely from today into tomorrow as well. But we're also tracking the next chance for some isolated snow as the system drops down out from Canada, comes across the Dakotas over the course of today, and then sweeps into Iowa and Minnesota during the early parts of Friday. It will eventually then head on towards the heartland for our afternoon and early evening hours. And we're looking at snow showers being what we'll deal with predominantly with this, but don't expect to see a tremendous amount. We are seeing really a lack of significant moisture, enough though that we could be bringing in some light additional snowfall. And we're looking at this moving on in during the early afternoon hours, extending from north to south across the entirety of the heartland, with a little bit of a light snow shower rolling across into the early evening hours. You are expecting to see this as you are heading out the door from work on Friday. So as you're trying to get your weekend started, make sure you're taking it slow and having some cautious driving as you're heading home from work, because you will look for impacts being mainly in the form of just active precipitation contributing to really reduced visibilities. Not seeing a tremendous amount of snow accumulating on roadways, especially if we continue to bring in these temperatures that hover near and above the freezing threshold of 32 degrees. That'll keep road temperatures likely around 33 or so degrees as well, meaning it won't initially stick as this snow falls, but continuing to push off to the east into the overnight hours, departing here, leaving us with drier conditions as we get started with our Saturday forecast. Overall, we're going to be looking for snowfall amounts to remain pretty minimal here in the heartland. Light dusting to maybe a few tenths of an inch at best, seeing a bit more building in towards the Des Moines metro as well as further off to the north and west. So if you are traveling for Friday's forecast, if you are heading north and west, especially heading north of Des Moines, keep in mind more snow is going to be falling the further north you head from the Des Moines metro. And then we're also looking at some higher snowfall amounts extending out towards the Chicagoland area. So if you are traveling towards Chicago as well, keep in mind you're going to be looking at heavier snowfall as you head further away from the heartland viewing area. And then temperature-wise, another chilly start to our weekend with temperatures in the low 30s for Saturday, but a big jump into Sunday as we push into the low 40s. So any new snow that we do accumulate, don't expect it to stick around very long as we get started with our next work week. But now let's go ahead and send it back over to Ella.